I was once speaking with a Jewish politician, and he's actually a very Jewish politician. His Jewish identity is quite strong. And he was speaking to me about the fact that he finds it oppressive for Jewish women to have to wear wigs. And I asked him a question. I said, when you walk in the mall and you see a Muslim woman wearing a burqa, do you feel bad for them, for their oppression? And I give him a lot of credit for actually answering me honestly. He said, actually, no. And I sort of caught him by surprise by that observation, that on one hand, he sees one person as being oppressed by their religion and another person not being oppressed by their religion. This is a very key point in understanding, that sometimes people take on values that we cannot appreciate, for whatever reason that may be. And we can't imagine that someone would actually choose to live a lifestyle that commits them to this type of a behavior. And when we are truly open, when we are truly accepting of other people, and when we are also humble enough to realize that the world doesn't always fit into my lens, and very often instead of narrowing the world down to my lens, I have to broaden my lens to the breadth and the scope of the universe, we begin to realize that maybe they're not oppressed. Maybe for some reason they really value this. When I hear the question of whether Judaism is a cult, what I'm hearing behind that question is that people are being forced into doing things, because essentially at the core that's what a cult is. It's a movement that is controlling people's lives. And I would say, and I'd be the first to say, that if someone is living a religious Jewish life, and they're doing it because they feel forced to, that is a very unhealthy way to approach Judaism. I would hope that the vast majority of people who are choosing to do things which are in alignment with Judaism, or I would like to say in alignment with the will of God, it's because they're choosing to be in a relationship. And they value that. They find tremendous meaning in that. And they are not being forced or compelled at all. So even when we find ourselves forced, maybe socially or by some type of peer pressure, to do different things which are Jewish, I would encourage that the person seek out the meaning behind what they're doing so they can slowly shift out of being compelled by external influences to being compelled internally. And then the person is a healthy religious person. Judaism is not a cult. God gave every single one of us free choice. In fact, God lets us do whatever we want. He gave us the Torah. He tells us what He wants us to do, but He doesn't impose that at all. How sweet. I think we need to learn from that in our approach with others as well. To put things on the table, show them what's available. Show them what it looks like when someone approaches and engages with these things in a healthy way. And suddenly we say, this isn't a cult at all. This is actually beautiful.
If you like that video, hit the subscribe button and notification bell below for hours of the best Jewish content online.